Good
All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Molly and Jackie.
Happy Monday.
Yes, here we are. So excited. If you are joining us live, we are live on Facebook recording this. Also, we put it out, we publish it in a podcast. So you might be listening to a podcast. That's awesome. Welcome. We're happy that you are here. I'm Kim Martin, founder of I've Decided and one of the Success Partners. I'm joined by two of our Success Partners with me today, Molly and Jackie. And we just love, we meet together every week and talk about our organization, where we're going, what we want to do, chat about our group coaching sessions that we have. And then we really discuss our weekly winning word, our weekly winning resource as a group. And we decided a few months ago that we had this conversation was too good to not share with everyone because some really good stuff comes out of our conversations. And so that's where this confabulation idea came from, that we would just open it up to the world to kind of sit inside our conversation and really hear how we're breaking down the information that we pass along to our members of our community. So our weekly winning word this week is expansive. And the definition of expansive is covering a wide area in terms of space and scope. It's having a capacity or a tendency to expand. And the question is, how expansive is your life? And have you really ever looked at your life from that expansive point of view? And, you know, that was the information we put out in the weekly winning resource to all of our members. And so I'd love to hear your guys' feedback, Jackie and Molly, when you got the information, where your mind went and what you thought about it.
I definitely thought about that cruise and just looking at that beautiful ocean, how it just goes infinite. You don't know just how far, how wide that goes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
About you, Molly?
That's definitely one of the things that I thought too. My son and I went to church yesterday and they discussed Moses quite a bit and his journey and how he, how God promised him, you're going to have more descendants than the stars in the sky.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we have to, and then one of my favorite books from the Bible is the book of Job, where he's telling who told the oceans how far to go and where to stop, God is just created us as these creative, I guess the word sentient, creative, feeling, emotional creatures in this physical body. And, all we have to do is just be open-minded to it and, say a prayer and think and pause and hike and color, write, paint, whatever it is that we do that helps get those creative things flowing in us. And yeah, just it's more than the stars in the sky. Really?
Exactly. Yeah, I love that analogy. It's greater than the stars in the sky, because that's kind of what we said in the weekly winning resource. It's like when you think of the word expansive, you might get a vision of the ocean, the sky, or an open range, right? Expanding as far as the eye can see. Expansive is deep and wide, and it has the capacity to grow even more. So if you think as far as your eyes can see, but there's the capacity that it can go even beyond. I mean, you just expansive, I think of universe, right? The whole universe comes into mind, because it just, as little humans in this great big expansive universe, we have such an opportunity to grow and to expand. And we, though, have to work at that, and we have to see our lives as this possibility, right? As this endless possibility to grow and expand beyond where we are, and want it and desire it, really.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I thought about when I got that passport, my very first passport in high school, and when my parents allowed me to travel to Madrid and to Spain and Africa. That was just that just opened up my imagination to dream and to expand my knowledge. And there you have, like, I was able to not only get the personal development just from reading, but to go and experience that. So I always say that travel is my personal development and it's my self-care.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very, very important to me. So just to be able to exercise that and to live my life by living. So many people, when you get to retirement, like where I am, they've stopped. They stopped imagining, they stopped just living and creating and designing and all of those fun things that, are part of this journey of life. So I'm so glad that I am able to continue to do that and to continue to create and help others, to coach others how to do that as well.
Absolutely.
I like the word flexible too.
Yes.
Like to talk about flexibility, because flexibility, adaptability, being able to pivot when you need to, just in the last, 40, 50 years, things in our society have changed. So many things for the better, obviously, so many things not, but, it is what it is. But so, so many more freedoms, so many more rights right now for more of our world, at least in our country, and that flexibility. We have so many choices. Like I sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I have too many choices. There's people who live in countries who have no choices. Like they might be able to choose what time they go down to the, get the water from the well or something, if they don't have, or whatever like that, but they don't have our freedoms and our choices. So being flexible is just, I think it's our responsibility not to take it for granted, because it hasn't always been there, and it might not always be there in the future. So we need to make sure that, the flexibility is working. There's something isn't working, we change and then the expansiveness to have the mindset to think bigger. And it doesn't have to be like something more important. It could be, oh, this job will work better for my family and my future than this one. It just, it can be anything. Or this vacation will help me kill more birds with one stone, with the self-care, with my business. Being flexible is so important, I think. And then giving grace too. That part.
Well, what you're talking about is we said an expansive mindset allows you to do things that you don't think is possible, because, it just allows you to really dream big, and it broadens our capacity. But the issue is that most of us, it's living in an expansive life is really the opposite of fear. Okay. It's the opposite, but most of us, we make our choices based on fears and anxieties, these feelings and emotions that are real. They're real emotion, but it shouldn't allow you to make critical life choices. You need to make your critical life choices based on truth and facts, and that what it is that you really want to accomplish, and that takes discipline and work. And so it's hard, right? So we shared in our weekly winning article some tactics that can help you live in an expansive life. And so one of those tactics was being flexible, and the other one you were talking about was giving grace. We had 7 tactics that will help you live an expansive life that we shared with our members for them this week. And the one that stood out to me, I think the most, was to give grace. It's so hard. Sometimes we can become self-righteous, I guess is the right word. And I shouldn't say sometimes when I say we, somebody goes, what, you got a mouse in your pocket? So I should say, I'll just use my own self as an example. I do this, right? I can be so guilty of that self-righteousness, which is sinful, coming over me and thinking, well, I got it right and they got it wrong. If what I believe is true and what they believe isn't, if they just thought like me, everything would be great. And then instead of living in that love and showing that grace, I start to get angry at people or frustrated or judgmental or, all of those things that are not fruits of the spirit, right? Gentleness,
my way or the highway.
Yeah, right. And so, and it isn't complicated. Grace really isn't complicated. It's not a 10-step method. It's just simply acknowledging that every single one of us are human beings, and every single one of us as human beings live in a world that has evil, period. Okay. And because of that, every single one of us has had hurt, pain, and things happen to us that were unfair, not right, pain, hurtful. And it's saying that we know that hurt people. And how can we figure out how to just love people and meet them where they are and show grace and not get that self-righteousness feeling, so that one really stood out to me.
Well, I think also in fueling your mind and expanding your mind, so that sometimes you have to visualize and see the best in those obstacles. It might be hard to get your mind out of what the current situation is going. I can just focus on my injury all day, but I can also get out here and walk. So we have a tendency to, because you're gonna get the things that you look for. You receive the things that assume
manifest.
Yeah, and so life is. I always say life is a classroom, and my goal is to travel light. That I say that because I don't know how to do it all the time, but that's very important. So just being able to seek the things you want in your life. I seek a lot. People may not be able to handle my joy that I seek, but I seek joy. I work at that very hard to see that, because I receive so much.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to have a miserable day, it's out here. I can seek the miserable moments or whatever, and I can take that in. But I don't want to do that. That's not something that I'm just trying to focus on. So you're going to get whatever you're looking for. That's going to come in. That's going to be.
What's that saying? Misery loves company. You can find misery, sister, if you go out looking for it. It'll suck you right in, because misery loves company, and there's plenty of that. But we talked about, before we started recording, we were talking about how it seems that as a whole, it's just so much easier to shrink back. And honestly, we cannot do that. We cannot allow that to happen. That is not the way it's supposed to be. We are supposed to continue to expand, trust and walk in faith, keep moving and expanding and growing. We are not to shrink back, period. And so we have to get the message out there. And that's why I've decided to exist. That's why we have this organization, this success membership, where our community, we are drawing like-minded people together who want to be better, who want to have expansive lives, who know that they have more to accomplish, and they want to, and they need a platform to make it happen. And that's why we're here. And so I could get on my soapbox, right? and that passion will start to come out quickly. We'll be here all day, but it is the right thing to do, to live in an expansive mindset, to have an expansive life, and to think greater and bigger. Although I will say at the same time, we talked about choose patience, right? So if you are going to live an expansive life, you have to choose patience. And a part of that is being grateful and thankful for what you have in the moment. So we need to be of people of expansiveness, but of people who are grateful at the same time. And trust me, you can do both. You can be content, thankful, grateful in the moment, and still working to grow and still believing that the best is yet to come. You can do both. Do you guys agree?
I do.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
And that's really that balance. That's that balance. It's saying, you know, whether whatever happens right now, this is my best. Right now in this moment is my best life, but I know it's going to get better. I know there's more. I love, if God left me where I am today, I love my life and everything about it. And I am so grateful for it and what I have. But I know that's not who he is. He will move us forward. He will grow us to when we think about faith as small as a mustard seed, I mean, God said, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you could move a mountain. You could say to that mountain, move, and it would move. Preach.
Oh, yeah. And something that's really, really good, just kind of encapsulated is that the things that are in our heart or the things that we envision, a lot of those are a blessing or a gift from God.
Absolutely.
I had this vision I should have a radio show, and I'm not kidding you. Less than a month later, I was recording a radio show with no radio show college degree, no radio degree.
Do they have college degrees in radio shows?
And then
I didn't realize I needed a college degree for that, but
but there is a degree and
there's Mark. Yes, communication. You know what I mean?
Right? It's a communication. With writing, like I felt it call in my heart, and about a decade ago, I didn't have the money at the time for a laptop, and I'm like, God, I can't I have to move around when I write. I have to move from room to room. I need to go outside on my laptop. I didn't have a laptop. And the next morning, a check for the exact amount for a laptop printer and scanner came to me in the mail from a bank account we had forgotten about for like 6 years, but it was a joint bank account. So it's the fact that I had prayed, hey, God, I'm going to need a laptop if I'm really going to be a writer. This is what I'm supposed to do. And the next morning, and within 48 hours, I had a laptop. Like, it was a big, big deal at the time. It was so like, went to bed, woke up, there's the check. I mean, we are like those blessings, are those envisions that he puts on us are not by accident.
No, I believe 100% of everything of that, because let me tell you, I could write a book.
I know.
Oh yeah, me too.
On the gifts that I have received.
Me too. I think about that. I'm sorry. Go on, Molly.
I was just like, it's amazing that we can receive that. That's all.
Yeah.
Expansive. Talk about expansive. What it's just, it's just believing it. It's having that faith. And I just, want to encourage anyone who might be listening. Well, first of all, I forgot to say this at the beginning. Let us know if you happen to be watching live on Facebook, hit the like button, show us some love, post in the comments. What do you feel about expansive? What are your thoughts on this word? Let us know. That's awesome. But secondly, I just want to encourage you. It doesn't matter where you're at right now, today, in this moment, wherever your mindset is, however, maybe you're thinking, I'd give anything if I could even think expansive, but I am at a place in my life where I'm so hurt or something is bringing you pain, or you just feel that you just cannot think in an expansive way. I just want to encourage you, take that one little step forward and say, my faith is so weak, but I'm going to have enough faith to take this one little baby step.
Good.
Take the one little baby step. And when you do, and this just brings tears to my eyes and chills to my arms. When you do, God will meet you where you are. Whatever little step of faith you take, he will be right there where you are, and you will know it. I can't tell you how you will know it. Okay. I don't know what he'll do. I don't know what clue you'll get. I don't know what feeling you'll have. I don't know. I can't tell you that because I don't know your life. But what I do know is that you will know that he has just met you where you are when you took that step of faith. And
wow.
So just take that leap of faith. Just say, I want an expansive life. I know there's more for me. I know I have a calling on my life. I feel it. I've always known it. And just like Molly was just sharing about her journey and her life, he will show up. I'm not going to say you might not get a check in the mail, but you might.
You never know.
I mean, you just never know. You just never know. But just trust and take that step. So we are here for you
too. Let me tell you, Kim. I'm glad you said that because someone just recently asked me. I'll make it really quick. What did I think about Serena and her retiring? And I said, the bottom line is this: she was she inspired me because who knows that I went from wanting to just play tennis with my mother, just go on the courts and play tennis with mom, to here I am years later, as assistant coach and then head coaching tennis girls in high school. So to expand you just never know. But those little nuggets, those things like you talked about, God is planting those seeds, even when you don't know it, so that I could later on, coach a girls tennis team from a little, just on the courts, just playing with my mama. That's all.
Right.
So to expand your knowledge, expand your mind, it didn't get any better than that. And then, you look back and I'm like, wow, God, you were right there there when I didn't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So expand your mind, just get out of your comfort zone. Just create, design.
Take that leap.
There's no dream that's too big or too small. There's just
that's right.
Whatever it is that is planted in your mind and your heart. Like it could be, I want to own it. Well, I have it's a small dream and maybe like down the road, but there's a possibility I might want to own a cat cafe where there's a coffee shop filled with cats, adoptable cats. It's the craziest thing. There's one in Columbia when we go visit our son at Mizzou. It's called Papa Joe's Cat Cafe. And it is the coolest. I mean, even my husband, who's not really a cat person, but the cats always love him the most. It's hilarious. But two of my sons are big. They're bigger cat people than I am. I'm more of a dog person. But oh my gosh, I'm like, this would be so cool to own one. I pray on that one, Molly.
I don't know if I'd be coming there, Molly. I don't know if I'd be coming there. I'm kind of allergic to cats.
Pray on that.
But I will go with you on your. I want to tour those places, 100 places that for Peoria. I want to go on your tour with that.
I know that'll be so fun. Well, guys, we are out of time. We're out of time for today. This is so fun. I love confabulating with you guys, and there's just nothing better than chatting with like-minded people who want to give back, who want to help, who know that their purpose is and is put here to help other people. And really that's what we're made up of in our community. So if that sounds like something, if you're listening and that sounds like something you want to be a part of, you've got a calling on your life, you have something you want to achieve, you just need a platform to help you accomplish it. We are your people, and we want to invite you to join right now today. You can join for our introductory price. It's only $7. It's our no thanks success member challenge. So you join for $7 today. You get a full month introductory membership of all the benefits that you will receive as a success member. And at the end of the month, you can say, thanks. This was the best decision I ever made.
Yes.
And I know
Yes.
that's probably what you're going to think. And if
Gonna
that's the
think it.
case, then you just continue at our normal Success membership rate at $39 a month. Or you can say, no, thanks. I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. And you can just cancel your membership. And guess what? You're only out $7. But just imagine what could happen if you get in for that $7, and it could change your life, and it could start moving you towards your goals and dreams. And so it's worth it. Go to I'veDecided.org, pick the Success membership, and sign up today. If Kurt were here, which he's not, he's working hard this month. It's a busy month for him in the golf world. But hopefully in September, he'll be joining us back. He would say it takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I've decided that. All right. You guys have an amazing week. And I will look forward to talking to you all soon.
All right. Bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.